Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today is July 8th, 2024. It is broadcast 1088. It is day 276 since October 7th. We come to each other every day, finding Torah, finding each other, learning a little bit, saying good morning by name, knowing that when you show up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a weekday, you will have a community all around you, ready to learn, ready to lift, ready to support, ready, as Linda just said, to be kind. So good morning, Linda, to you, kind soul. Penny, thank you for reminding us it's broadcast 1088. It's good to see you. Jordan, my friend, welcome. Nice to see you. Oma, although you're not my Oma Jen, good to see you. Ron, Boker Tov. Judy, Lydia, Amy, and Arlene, Boker Tov. Hi, Debbie, good to see you. Rose and Timothy, Joyce, good to see you. Arlene and Peter, let's see who else is here, friends. Susie, sending love. Debbie and Gail, Judy and Lisa, Chana. Hi, friends. April and Lisa, Linda and Blair. Hi, Mordechai. Anya, good to see you. All right, friends, let's take a breath. Good morning, Stan. Hi, Susan. Sharon and Natalie. Boker Tov, friends. Let's take a breath. Let's sing a bracha. Learn some Torah. Here we go. Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu לעשות בדברי תורה, לעשות בדברי תורה, הפוך בה והפוך בה, לעשות בדברי תורה. תדיה לי 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 לי, תדיה לי לי לי, Hi, friends. It's good to see all of you. Kim, Boker Tov, Karen, Patricia, Stan, Diane. You're there sharing Stan's iPad, and it's good to see you, David. Liz, my friend. Nice to see you. Adele, hope that you are well. And Deborah, you are sharing that. Let's see. Jeremy and your 25-year-old and his girlfriend Essie are on their way to Israel with birthright, blessing them with the Nisiya Tova indeed. All right, it's good to see all of you. Barbara, you are glad to hear daily reports from your grandson in Israel on Ramah seminar with my daughters indeed. It is good to hear all of the experiences that they're having, even if this morning's experience was one that was actually quite challenging. This morning, all of Ramah seminar, the biggest group of North American young Jews in Israel this summer, met with Rachel Goldberg, Poland. Rachel Goldberg, Hirsch Goldberg, Poland's mother. And for them to know that someone their age, has been held hostage for 276 days tells us the reality of our world. Even as so much time has passed, nothing has truly changed for so many. And right now in Israel, there are massive efforts underway to get the government to make a deal to bring the hostages home. And so the most important thing we can say right now is let us be in support of our sisters and brothers in Israel who are fighting for our family. And so with broken hearts but firm resolve, we are all one. Our children are there, we are there, and we are one. So let's learn a little bit of Torah, and let's dedicate our Torah in honor of all of our children who are in Israel and all of our children who aren't yet home, all of our grandparents who aren't yet home, our family who isn't yet whole. We will fight until they are home. This is our job. So let's learn some Torah to strengthen ourselves as we are part of our people. It's Parshat Chukat. It's in the middle of the book of Bamidbar, of Numbers. And in Parshat Chukat, there it seems is an afterthought, and it's a very strange way to phrase it. But Miriam, the prophet, dies. And the way the text says it, this is Numbers chapter 20, verse 1, is Miriam died and was buried there. And that's the mention of Miriam's death. For someone who figures so prominently in Jewish tradition, in our imaginations, she has, a cup on our Seder table. She has a place in our music and our legends in the Torah. It's fascinating to see that her death is mentioned, and it feels like almost a textual afterthought. Now, the rabbis of tradition end up connecting her with a mystical well that follows the people throughout her life, and when she dies, the well disappears, and that's why the people become so desperate for water. We don't know that about her, but we believe that about her. And one of the things that I want to make sure we amplify, Judy, your grandson is in Israel on Machach Ba'aretz. Bless him too. Bless all of our kids. Is for us to realize that there's a difference between what we know about people and what we believe about them. And right now, since we have passed the 9-month mark after October 7th, and to imagine what the number 9 months means for someone's life, especially for the young women who are still hostages, there are things that we don't know but are worried about because our imaginations work and our hearts work. So too, friends, are we called in this moment to recognize about Miriam, our ancestor, that we remember things we don't actually know. Here's a piece of trivia. How many times does Miriam's name appear in the Torah, the entire Torah? I'll give it a second for you to make some guesses. Let's see who offers in the comment section on Instagram here or on Facebook. Here, any guesses? Well, Fran wrote a great answer, which is not enough. Not enough times. Amen, my friend. Miriam's name appears in the Torah only 4 times. There is a fifth. Chani, you were close. You said 3. A whole bunch of you are saying 3. Arlene. See, Ron is guessing 150. That's a guess that should be closer to true, but in fact the answer is 4 times Miriam's name is mentioned in the Torah. There is a 5th time, but her name is not mentioned, the older sister of the baby boy placed into the Nile in a basket. And we believe that's Miriam, but the text doesn't say her name. And that tells you something really interesting about the Jewish imagination, the process of Midrash, and the commitment we have to believe that we can see someone's fullness even when it's not apparent in front of us. The text in front of us has very limited acknowledgement of the loss of Miriam. But the rabbis immediately pick up on that very short text and say, no, she was a miraculous human being. So too, friends, should we know about each other, should we know about every human being, that there are untold stories, majestic, miraculous stories that surround all of us, even if the description of our lives feels short. We represent an enormous universe of meaning. Each of us does. And so among the things that we need to do, is to use our deepest imaginative powers to flesh out the things that we don't know. We need to use them to also add urgency to our work. to bring the hostages home. Because we don't know. We've seen scant evidence of life. We fear because of what we do know. And we have work to do, friends. The repair work will also require fierce imaginative power. But let the rabbis be our model. Miriam's name only appears 4 times, but she is majesty embodied. We have the possibility within ourselves to add life, to add flesh and power and imaginative dimensions to everyone around us. We shouldn't wait, as the text does and as the rabbis do, until someone has died to truly appreciate them, knowing that there are only some aspects of them that we can experience, but there is much more to them than meets the eye. So let's be blessed, friends, to take a lesson from Miriam in all of her fullness, in Miriam as the way the rabbis give her more life, and as modern sages continue to build her legacy with every kind, nourishing deed. We associate Miriam with the power of water to nourish our bodies and souls, to teach us to dance. The tribe of Nova is her children. We are her children. May we be blessed as her children to do at least as much for our children. So for our children and for our grandparents, for our family, let's send our hearts all the way east, my friends. Let's imagine that we can do so much more than we've understood so far. That the possibilities for healing are greater than we believe. Let's imagine that we can build our family into wholeness and health again. Let's imagine that. And then let's set our feet to the task. Kol od baleva penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia. Od lo avda tikvatenu, hatikva bat shnot alpayim, liot am chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim, liot am chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. On this 276th day, bring them home now. Please bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, friends. Take care.